thoughts fight, her power aligns. Mic drop, we analyze every bout, discussing every twist, don't leave a doubt. Predictions, insights, we break it all down into somewhere best critics around. In the somewhere we reviewing every bout, breaking down the moves, ain't no shadow of doubt. WWE heat, we bring that white hot flame, from Prayer to Gunner, we calling names. Yeah. Turnbuckle tension, the ropes might snap. Jake calling spots, Cody's laying the map. Spaz with the bent, or a joke, then a clue. Breaking it down for the hardcore crew. In the somewhere, wrestling minds collide. Breaking down the chaos, the truth won't hide. Briefcase in the air, who's taking the gold? We're diving deep, stories unfold. RKO hits like a freight train crash. Lights out cold in the WWE backlash. Cats on fire, gonna brought down low. Fighting flames on this endless show. Somewhere Jake and Spaz ride, taking you on an NXT pride. Cincinnati's roar can't hide. Wrestling dreams all collide. The scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From indie vibes to the big stage proving. Every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's tonight's fire screaming loud. WWE owns this battleground. First night, false fists in the sky. Second night, the legends collide. Into somewhere we crash and burn. Turn the page, no way to return. CM Punk and Gunther fight. Cody Rhodes, John Cena ignite.
We're following up from SummerSlam. And Roman lost another pair of shoes. What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, a.k.a. Countdown Ended, coming to you live. It is August 4th, 2025. This is your Monday Night Raw review. Wow. Good ending. Didn't quite feel like the follow-up to the first ever two-night SummerSlam that certainly I was looking for, but into somewhere we crash and burn indeed. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Hopefully you're all doing well. I know for sure we are live on YouTube. Elsewhere, we'll see what happens. Something gremlins in the machine, but that's all right. As you know, I'm not alone. I've got the one, the only, the man that was following up from being at two nights of SummerSlam. Cody O'Needy 316. What's going on, bud?
What's going on? I thought tonight was a decent show. I thought they built on what they need to for the Raw side of things, personally.
It certainly was not bad. I'm not going to say it was bad by any
not
means,
the
but
best show ever either.
yeah,
They could have done more for Raw after SummerSlam.
It was lacking, certainly. You know, that was certainly an issue, it felt like. So
It felt like just a good Raw, just your regular good Raw, like not Raw. Like, I think
exactly didn't feel like the ultimate follow-up to SummerSlam. I mean, no Brock, no Cena, and I get that Cena's not really a SmackDown guy, but he's been there because he's been with pretty much Cody and everything recently. Like, that's been his focal, but
they've announced dates for Cena, so I understand why Cena's.
I know, but you want the and with Punk being a very quick surprise at the end, that was nice, but it still wasn't. Wasn't SummerSlam 2-night epicness worthy to
And
me?
CM Punk maybe should have kicked off the show heated.
I would have, like, you bald fraud. I would like to have seen that be the case. And hey, look at that. Now we're live on Twitch and Twitter. I just didn't hit the right button.
Just an off-topic discussion. Paul Heyman, he has the most hilarious facial reactions. Like when Roman Reigns' music hit, how scared his face looked.
Yes, he does go ahead and make some great emotions. I do give it to Paul. I was thinking earlier, seeing him in the ring, he's been, again, a focal point, but on our TVs for how many decades now? Spanning 4 decades, essentially. The 90s, the early 2000s, the 10s, and now the 20s. Yep. We've had Paul Heyman in one way, shape, or form. Actually, even the late 80s, so 5 decades, with the Dangerous Alliance and stuff before that, and WCW when he started. Mean Mark Callis. Right. I mean, what am I thinking here? I'm forgetting he existed before ECW. That's my stoner brain. But yeah, I mean, Paul Heyman is just... He's too good, and they know what they've got. The man is 59 years old.
Would you call Paul Heyman the best manager of all time, or who do you give that to?
I was always really high on Cornette for that. I mean, I feel like Cornette was the perfect mix of everything. Because as much as you get your hands on Paul Heyman, like when people got their hands on Cornette, he needed surgery. So, and especially the heel he would garner back in the day. A heel Cena and face Lesnar, we were that close to. That close. It feels like we just missed it. It was just a little bit too far away for us to grab, but that's all right. Yeah, Heenan, a lot of people love Bobby the Brain Heenan, and that's not a bad choice for best manager either.
Bobby the Brain Heenan? Yeah.
I mean... In recent times, who's been a really good manager? You know who I loved?
I think that's something they need to normalize again, managers.
That I agree with. You know who I actually loved in a manager role? And this sounds coming out of left field, but Leo Rush, when he worked with Bobby Lashley, I feel like
he did great with...
He was putting out the best content on Raw, and they weren't even airing it on Raw. They were putting it on Twitter back then. Out of all the garbage they were giving us, the almighty Bobby Lashley, and he would come out, he would hype him up. But he wasn't just a manager that you could, get your hands on and beat up a little bit, like, because he could wrestle, but he was smarmy. It was an evil bastard that you wanted to just wring his neck, but he could back it up a little bit in the ring, so that... He was multifaceted. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Paul Bearer was great for his role.
I know he's more wrestler than manager, but speaking about with Bobby Lashley, I liked MVP with Bobby Lashley as well.
MVP has been a really good manager for some time now, so that as well has been enjoyable.
Undertaker? Yeah. Who do you like Paul Bearer with more, Kane or Undertaker?
Oh, obviously Undertaker. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was making sure.
Because Bearer with Kane was just him still going after Taker. Like, Taker was the main intent of all of that. So, realistically, I feel like, I would still say Cornette would be my top. I know some people are like,
can you do the Paul Bearer voice? I couldn't do that to save my life.
Right now? Oh, yes. I can't. I don't know if I can stay there. Oh, Undertaker. Yeah, I can't get that.
I don't know how he did it. What
the way that he could, emasculate himself with that high pitch and then Percy sounding somewhat normal later on. Like, there's some clips out there of him just, normal voicing. And I've got to be not lazy and set the green screen up, being the madman that I am, and you just see the mic disappear. But granted, also what we saw disappear was the balls weighted around Nikki Bella's neck tonight. God, that was an interesting segment. We're going to go deep dive into it in a little bit.
We've seen things disappear tonight. We've seen things multiply. We
did. We've got a few extra El Grandes in the house, and we saw
Who are all the El Grandes? Going to get a fourth one next week?
I think we know at least two. But
Who was this one tonight, you think?
I think it was still Ludwig and Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne, and who was the other?
I don't know who the third one was. That's the funny part. I wonder, was it Captain Lou? Never know. It could be. I didn't hate this episode tonight, but I didn't love it either. So I'm a little bit tepid. It's lukewarm. It's the hot tub you get in, but it's not quite hot enough. You know what I mean? It's a shower that you look forward to all day, and it's just starting to run out of water. It's not as satisfying as it could have been. It wasn't bad. I'm still clean, but could have been a better shower. You catch the drift. And speaking of not being around for a while, Gunther is undergoing nose surgery after losing the title to CM Punk. That damn GTS has been rearranging faces.
I have a question that we need to address on air.
Yes.
So, I know the quality because the Wi-Fi and shit was, but at the gas station.
So
there were customers. I went up to a worker. I'm like, "Do you know who Jey Uso is?"
Let's rewind. Let's bring everybody back in here. So you were very confident. You came to me and said, listen, I know for a fact Liv Morgan is returning at SummerSlam.
The fan base got me because they were like, they're mentioning her a lot.
They worked you up. They gaslit you into having. So you bet me, so sure, after I got stuck really wearing the dress last time for Evolution. Goddamn you, Adam Cole. Hopefully you're healing, but goddamn you. So we this time had the deal that there'd be a public eating, and we couldn't. We know you were in the gas station. We saw some of the interaction. You did do it.
By the way, she had the troll again today. She retweeted Sami Zayn's.
New York,
because they were in New York City.
Yeah,
trolled again.
Yeah. See, so she really got you going again, thinking, "Oh shit!" So. Yeah, let's get into this. You went into the convenience store losing the bet. The bet was that you had to yeet in public and what? Get somebody to yeet with you. And,
no. You switched that up. This was just a new thing I learned today that they had to yeet with me. You said I just had to go yeet in public.
All right. We need that rewind sound effect. Go back really quick. If we went, it was a public yeeting. You didn't get anybody to yeet with you, and we couldn't really see what was going on. So,
public yeeting. Yes, a public yeeting is different than having someone yeet with me. I think. I think those are two separate things.
We're gonna leave it up to the viewers and do over. Does Cody have to do the bet over? Is the question.
There were customers in there. I went up to the cashier and screamed yeet at him.
You did say so 4 letters, like 1 word. Yeet. But we're going to ask the audience now. Do over? Yes or no? Does Cody have to go back out into the populace and get somebody to yeet with him? I'm thinking you got to run it back, bro. I'm thinking you got to run it back.
Switching it up.
Run it back. You got to do just like Jay would and run it back. Run it back.
You switched it up here a little. Now you're saying it's with someone. You said just in public.
You run it back. You got to do it again.
No, you didn't say you. Let's go back to old streams. You never said I had to eat with anybody.
If I was a better man and had a intelligent producer that was prepared with clips, I would have gone ahead and had this section finally pulled up just so we could go right ahead and
Didn't
say.
You hire that time traveler, or what happened to him?
Yeah, now that Raw's over, the chat could be here. All right, Wrestling Books, what's going on? And Chiefs Dynasty's there, Mr. Pico, Paul, Cody Ray, Stewart, and everybody on the YouTube side. What's going on to everybody on Twitter? Make sure you're following, subscribing, hitting the like button. It helps out a ton. I think you just got to do it over and give it a real great shot. Make it, dare I say, cinematic.
I'm looking at this poll, and it's the most biased poll I've ever seen.
You got to make it cinematic. Some people are saying go into McDonald's and just like the Szechuan sauce, Pickle Rick style, you go ahead. Now, I don't need you disturbing, service workers, but some people in the general public, maybe you go into the produce section of the grocery store and see how many people you can get to run it back with you and get some eating going on. So I think it's got to happen.
That part got added, by the way.
Again, my lore says, prove it. How do you feel about Gunther needing time off? That sucks. He got hurt good going over that table. He actually legitimately needs surgery. So,
Off TV for a little bit. I think it's unfortunately he got injured, and I don't wish that upon anyone. But like I think it might be a little good for him to be off TV for a little bit because what's he gonna do right now? It can give people time to miss him, and I think because there's nothing really for him to do right now. So I think once he returns, he'll feel fresh again.
Yeah. So Lesnar is back. And, the internet kind of exploded. People were very divisive. And somehow that played into things with Punk. I was like, all right, it's a hypocrite central, but it's all concerning. And how that works its way.
With CM Punk?
I guess just, people online trying to be divisive, and I don't quite understand the discourse, around Punk being an issue, but I do get some of the thing with Lesnar. And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. So aside from Gunther, we wish him a speedy recovery. Meltzer did say that, it was a work. It was totally planned. He said that the busted nose thing, that was 100%, worked blood and planned. He said it was totally planned. So, that was the cover for that. No,
Meltzer's a schmuck.
They shot that because he has the need for surgery. He's whatever. I get it. They wanted to film that angle, and he already needed surgery going into it. Granted, whatever the story, you look like an idiot. But how did the entire arena seem to be when Lesnar came out? Because at home, it sounded like the biggest pop ever.
Everyone was screaming.
No one was booing. No one reacted negatively that I could see on
there was
camera.
There was someone in my section that walked away saying, "I can't do this," But
really,
but there was just one person, I would say, in particular.
Just one, and, just one.
And so it was the same guy though that was also arguing about Hogan, because people were clapping when they did that little tribute on Saturday, and people were like, "Boo!" And then these Hogan fans confronted him, saying, "You wouldn't be here without him, so just know that." Then they said, "That's not true."
Nice. So people were really. I was being a wise ass, but this actual person was very unhappy with Lesnar, huh? So I believe it.
Yeah.
They're calling it the TKOification of WWE. This is the final version of it. They said on CBS Sports, why the return of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam completes the TKOification of the WWE. They said bringing Lesnar back to television in a string of controversial decisions made by the company's tenured, leaders. And
I didn't really get to hear your opinion, though.
Bring him in.
Let me hear your opinion.
He's not been directly accused of doing anything that, he was involved with the Janelle Grant thing. He basically was done dirty initially because they weren't supposed to name names, and they were like, okay, the former UFC heavyweight champion that's not a female, so Rousey's out. Yeah. Okay, so no, it's Lesnar. And then when they, reiterated after redacting some stuff and changing some other names, they let that out. So they were talking about Lesnar. I'm not saying he's innocent by any means, but he wasn't Vince in all of this.
Did he ever?
And people are like, oh, just because he didn't assault somebody doesn't excuse. I'm not saying it excuses any of it, but I don't know. I've never been a big Lesnar fan. I've never been crazy about Brock Lesnar. That's been pretty known throughout the years that I've done this. I've been a staunch and stout hater of his, even at times. And hey, right now they need legends, they need stars, they need big names, of course. Cena's on his way out.
Either way, people are going to get criticized, whether you don't mind him back or whether
if they don't use him, it's almost a waste. And you've got the guy that ended the streak at home, ready to do something. And I can say, all right, well, he's not a felon or a convicted rapist or.
People were calling him that.
It's so bizarre, and it's such a touchy thing. because it's so uneven how they hold people to the fire with certain things. Again, we mentioned it the other day. You know, look at someone like Stone Cold. He's revered as a true legend, yet, you know, was arrested for domestic assault and violence multiple occasions, you know, beating the hell out of his wife and former wife and had all these problems. No one's perfect and no one is infallible. I guess, again, we're saying, can people change? Are we saying that people can never change? Can we say, you know, Hogan tried, it seemed like he tried to atone for his wrongs, and then others were like, well, he never really apologized for the tapes, and other people said that, well, he apologized to a lot of people. So,
see, I'm not too informed about the tapes. What was...
That was when Hogan, that was the whole Gawker media lawsuit. So originally, Hogan slept with Bubba the Love Sponge, his best friend at the time's wife. And Bubba had recorded everything in the house, but recorded that intimate session on a tape and kept it in a safe in his office. And someone stole the tape and they sold it to Gawker, and Gawker leaked it. But on that tape was also a bunch of terrible audio of Hulk saying a lot of racist things. So that's when Hulk was using the N-word, saying, saying he didn't want his daughter involved and all of that. That was everything about
because
that.
I know, was that the same one as the tape, like sex tape?
Yes, yeah, that's the whole sex tape incident. That's all the same incident. Yes, that's what we're describing here. So. Domestic violence, what? Wife beater, what? and drunk, what? And that's the thing.
Here's my thing. People said they'll stop watching, and I want to see the viewership, because about watching WWE or not, I understand if you don't want to watch anymore because Brock Lesnar's there.
Lesnar's been gone for 2 years now. Since 2023, we've not seen him. When all of this was unearthed, and since then, what have we seen? He's been involved in his kids' lives, and he's kept a low profile, and by all accounts been called a great human being by notable people like Cody Rhodes, like John Cena, and others that hold some notable weight. You know, it's so. Again, you're saying that did maybe, you know, they brought him back. So does that mean Lesnar changed? Did he atone for things? Did he work on it? Did he need to change? I'm not so sure. But if they were able to bring him back in, clearly enough time has passed that they feel that, you know, any wrongs can be either amended or forgotten. And
was Brock Lesnar also getting sued though by her? Or no?
No, he's not. He's not part of the lawsuit at all. He was merely mentioned in it as being briefly involved. His involvement really goes, I guess, in as far as Vince was offering Janelle to Lesnar, basically as like a contract bargaining chip. Like, oh, you could sleep with her. And Lesnar said, no, that's all you. Besides, if I slept with her, she'd never go back to you. You know, you wouldn't fit anymore. Kind of like, you know, locker room talk. And I'm not saying excuse it, and I'm not saying it's right, but that was pretty much the extent of which Lesnar was involved, to my understanding. If there's more, I'm not so sure, but it's about as sacrilege as still running those Real American beer commercials.
Being there?
They said pretty much, oh, you mean him being involved in the lawsuit? I don't think WWE ever said anything directly, but...
Did Grant say anything about Lesnar returning?
Yes. So they put out a statement earlier, and I'll make sure I get this right so I can read it in full here. But it's certainly an interesting situation. Her lawyer put this out on her behalf, saying, for far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership. Instead of righting this wrong, WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer to you back to the Janelle Grant's updated complaint. which outlines in detail the abuse she endured by McMahon and others while employed at WWE.
So what does she mean by that exactly?
She's saying there's more coming to light about Lesnar and others that needs to be revealed in court. So we'll see when that day comes. But yeah, Lesnar was going to meet up with her, but it got canceled. He also requested and received piss porn from her. Yeah, I believe the golden shower fetish was about as far as it went. Because she said to Vince, "Oh, he has fetishes. I don't know. It's kind of crazy." She said in some of the tweets. These are the same messages where Vince was saying that he wanted to see her stuffed in every hole by multiple black individuals at the same time, and he wanted to be sitting in a chair, cuckold style. So Vince is not only a gigantic cuck, but he also loves that porn. So dear God, and the scat stuff. I mean, it's just really. Ugh. Yeah, so back to reality that doesn't involve shitting on your subordinates' heads. We'll see what comes of it, but people feel like Lesnar coming back is just a sign of toxic masculinity returning to WWE, and I'm not so sure that's the thing at play here. Vince is out. There's a board now that's there. That's, in charge of things and handling it a different way. They're more focused on sponsorships than ever. So they're not going to do anything to
come back, though, right?
Exactly. So they did their own investigation.
There have to be enough evidence for that.
Supposedly.
They're like, the stuff she has isn't that bad where we can bring him back.
They said everything was consensual between her and Lesnar, which it was. He requested stuff. She gave it.
Subjects, people will twist your words and act like you're defending Lesnar, and it's a fucking.
No, but what I'm saying is, legally, I don't think he could be held for any of this because everything they had was consensual, and I've read the text back and forth. Vince said he wanted demeanor so she could be, beaten and sold, and he wanted to just totally, devalue and destroy her, and that's what he got off on, that full power of you have no control. That was Vince's game. That was his kink. He wanted to dominate you in every feasible way, so you felt totally worthless with and without him. Yeah, so they cleared Lesnar to return. They're not going to risk Slim Jim and Prime and all these sponsors going to hell because they brought Lesnar back. They clearly feel like he's less of a risk and not a liability, or else he wouldn't be there. They don't have as many people in play that would be bringing Lesnar back. Lesnar said that Triple H and Nick Khan called him and said, it's time for you to come home. And Lesnar said, let's do it. And they planned it out. That's how it came to be. They said it on Raw. That's it. That's their answer.
Why? See, like, people have to see the whys, though, right? Like, that must mean they did their own investigation.
Yes, yeah. WWE was, fully keeping in with everything and keeping tabs.
Did they know everything that Grant had on Lesnar, or?
Yes. Oh, they were well aware. Even when everything was in Discovery, they were aware. So, yeah.
So my thing is, I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but my thing is, what are they saying that what she has doesn't feel like it's enough to ban
Seems
him
like
from
it.
WWE.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's saying that it's just not enough, and it's not enough to harm Lesnar's career. So. WWE Legal cleared Lesnar 4 weeks ago, exactly. This has been done in advance to his return, so c'est la vie. He's back, and whether you like it or not, he's here to stay for some time. We still have the poll going strong. 70% of the users right now voted yes, saying that you need to do it over.
Tina, though.
I'm not so sure I'm crazy about that either. My tired, exhausted ass is not thrilled by that. Out of all of the history of Cena things I thought we would get, I thought it would be more likely that we would see him face Edge first before Lesnar returned.
Speaking about that, they've been talking about that, right? Something about like
it's just
return.
He signed with AEW. It's just a joke of Cena teasing things online, being a troll like he usually is. But Adam Copeland is signed for the remainder of the year anyway, so there's no way it would work, and there's no way that Tony's going to loan him out to WWE.
When does
no working
Edge's contract
relationship.
expire?
Not until they just did a re-signing not that long ago with him, so he restructured his contract. I think when he got injured, they had to add on more time as well when he jumped off the
I was
cage
about to say,
and
if it
broke
expires at the end
himself.
of this year.
No, it doesn't. So
No.
John will be gone by then, long retired.
That
Tomorrow's
actually is a
yeah,
we won't
it's a
get
shame.
John Cena versus Edge.
No, I know. If only
Does
we
Edge
could have.
regret going
But
to AEW, or you think he likes it?
he's seeming to enjoy it. So all the
Because
interviews,
I want to know
everything
what.
seems like he likes it.
I'm sure he would want to do a match with Cena. I don't think he has any animosity towards.
No, I'm sure he would do it,
wanna...
but there's no way it would ever happen. So Tony's not going to let his lawyers anywhere near that happening. That's for damn sure. Tomorrow night they have a big title match set for NXT. You got Hank and Tank defending against Uriah and Kale from Chase U. So that should be one hell of a tag match. Yeah, Sol Ruka, Tatum Paxley is the title match to watch out for, though. Is Tatum going to go ahead and take the belt from Sol with the help of the culling? Then we got Blake Monroe taking on Kalani Jordan, and Inamara is taking on Stax, and then Miles Bourne taking on Lexus King. So that'll be live tomorrow. We won't be live tomorrow night with the NXT review, but we will be live Wednesday night for Into Somewhere Weekly. We'll be live on everywhere, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, hanging out with you guys with all the latest news and rumors. We'll let you know about the build for AAA Mania. We'll be covering that live as well, Saturday the 16th. And getting ready for Clash in Paris. So we'll bring you all the news about that, PLE, and more. So make sure you check that out Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel. NXT, though, tomorrow sounds not fantastic. Sounds decent, but WWE announced a few more shows. So my birthday, Friday, September 29th, they're going to be in Toledo, Ohio for SmackDown. And then September 22nd, they're going to be in Indiana and Evansville. And then Friday the 26th, they're going to be in Orlando, Florida. So that'll be a SmackDown. Good to see them with that, branching out further. And the rating for SmackDown finished with a 1.54, so down from the 1.7 the week before. So not a huge scoring go-home show for SummerSlam. The week before was the Hogan tribute, though, so keep that in mind. That's pretty much cleaning house all the news we had. So let's get into the actual full Raw review. Like I said,
let's touch on Karrion Kross real quick.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was
if you
going to be
guys
part of
touched
the
on that
review.
last night
But
much.
yeah,
okay.
Go ahead, please. Good. Yeah, enlighten me.
So I don't know how much you guys discussed of the post show because I was in and out of this show. But did you guys talk about how when the crowd was chanting at the post show, "We want Kross," Triple H spun it into "We want Brock"?
Really?
Yeah. He's like, "You got Brock. You got Brock."
Wow, that's interesting. Oh, he must have.
Then Karrion Kross
misheard.
responded to that. He's on. I want to see what he said. Let me pull it up here. Do you want me to just send you the?
I'm looking for it now, so we'll see what they what exactly he said. We'll find out. No matter what happens,
basically,
it's always
Unreal.
something interesting
They write
with
the
Karrion
scripts,
Kross.
but the fans write the truth. Thank you, TikTok.
And he's not wrong. Yeah, Unreal. They write the scripts, but the fans write the truth. Thank you, TikTok. Like you just said, you nailed it. And that's unfortunate. All those chants turn into "We want Brock." So what really sold it tonight was Sami Zayn. He was just like, "Yep, I faced Kross, and that was it." Oh, Stewart's birthday is the 23rd. Well, we'll have to remember that. But happy way early birthday. God. Yeah.
My birthday's in a few days.
I know. You're going to be 7. I can't wait.
Oh, really?
Mentally. No. How old are you turning now?
24.
24. I thought you were turning 39. Jesus, you're getting too old on me. 24. Once you hit 25, I got to fire you. Remember, we got to keep it young, the DiCaprio rule.
Oh, yeah,
It's supposed to be 23 and younger, but that's all about demographics. We got to figure out how to celebrate for Cody's birthday on Into Somewhere, folks. So we'll take suggestions in the comments down below. Let us know what you'd like to see for Cody's on-air birthday party. Yeah, they had Sami Zayn do that quick backstage interview, and it just felt rushed, pretty much worthless and pointless. And it was like, all right, Sammy, he beat Cross. He didn't have to say Cross, have Cross had to say Sammy was right, anything like that, or Cross was I can't talk. Reverse that. Cross was supposed to say I was wrong if Sammy won. We didn't get that. He said they wanted me to use the pipe. They wish I had. It's not about who I am. It's about who he wants to be, and who I want to be is the world champion. And I'm going to do what's right. And that's when Sheamus and Rusev continued to fight like cartoon characters in the cloud of dust that goes all over as they're brawling. That was basically them tonight. They were just going out. A Cody Yeet Fest, that's a great suggestion. See, everybody wants you to run it back and do the Yeet again.
That's my birthday celebration. The fucking I lost. Wow. Fuck you all.
That's a pretty good birthday. Going out there to the public and getting people to birthday Yeet with you. Now, what if you had to wear a sign that said it's my birthday and I need you to eat? Like that can happen.
Let's not turn my birthday celebration into
you're not that far. I have
not mixing
the ability to go ahead and bring you said sign rather quickly. So keep that in mind, sir.
Fuck you. No, we're not doing that. How about everyone voted?
Strippers?
Oh wait, everyone voted. Oh, I mean, you said you were gonna do that for me. I thought you were my own personal.
You know it. Oh, we're gonna get you. Don't worry. We got dancers lined up.
Okay. I don't know if we should trust this poll, by the way, because clearly it's rigged. This poll right here, saying I have to
do it again. Do over. So, yeah, it's it. Do you have to do it over?
A bunch of
yes.
And to vote for this poll, and then
if the bots are taking over, my friend, it's not anything I did. I can tell you that much. Ever since the SmackDown review got nuked the other day, I mean, we've had some weird, interference, I would say, on the show. Every now and again, there's been some technical difficulties.
Did you talk to your time travel guy about that?
Maybe he doesn't have a clue either. He even talked to a guy that talked to a guy, and they said, no comprende español only, so doesn't help.
Spirit Halloweens are opening back up. Didn't you hire someone from there to be a producer of the show? And
granted, but here's the thing: they were actually putting out Halloween candy today, and it blew my mind. I'm like, it's August.
Oh wait, really?
They were.
Oh,
yes.
I was kidding.
You're kidding. But they actually were stocking Halloween candy. Yes. Yep. It's being put out there already. Better time to stock up than August for Halloween.
I don't understand why August for Halloween candy. That's
gotta stock up early. Those kids are gonna trick or treat their hearts out. It doesn't even seem like many kids trick or treat nowadays, anyways. What sucks around here, they all go to one street and area, and it's hard to kidnap them that way.
We're gonna get the Christmas stuff out, Christmas candies and all those things. We're gonna get that out during Halloween season.
That's already out. Where have you been?
Christmas stuff?
Christmas in July. I already sat on Santa's lap at the mall last week.
That was my lap.
No, when I went to the mall, when you said go see Santa, you said you'd meet up.
No, I was sitting in a chair, and then this guy, I wasn't paying attention because the beard was covering my eyes. The guy was charging at me.
Granted,
sat down on me.
It's completely random.
Wait,
occurrence.
That was you?
No, I was at the other mall.
Wait, why would you have thought I was Santa?
No comment. Clearly, I want to know what you thought the best match was live at SummerSlam, though. Santa Claus.
Live. I'm gonna say
you
either the
answered to
TLC
Santa Claus.
match.
See, I knew it was you, you son of a bitch. I
Wait,
caught you.
okay. Listen. That was mine and your thing, though. But you were my elf.
You told me the magic was real.
Okay, everyone. I'm
You
gonna
put
let
me
you
on
in
the
on
list.
something. Yep, and it was
The registry. I
on the
know.
desk.
God damn it. Those kids, slippery. I'm not supposed to be at that mall anyways. You, however, though, you made it to SummerSlam because you could leave the state at this time without the ankle bracelet. And I want to know, what was your favorite
I've
match?
never had an ankle bracelet. I don't know who you're talking about. You
I
must
don't
be
know.
talking about Spaz because
Fuck, I get that confused. Granted, that's why you can never leave Canada again. Stuck in Toronto.
Oh, Canada. Oh, don't tell me he was
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
the one that.
I still say my favorite match of the weekend, runner-up, is the women's tag match. Seeing Charlotte get that kind of reaction for taking those tag titles,
reaction.
it was awesome. Her first "You Deserve It" chant tonight on Raw. You're like, oh my God, she's been there that long and not gotten any positive reaction. That's something. That hit me when she said, "That's my first "You Deserve It" chant."
Let me tell you this. Oh, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, I think, was like
that was my
just
favorite
the story in the match. I think that was my favorite match live in person.
Yeah.
But like Botfest and all that, TLC was also up there. Those are my top two for matches.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Oh, I always check my list multiple times.
The women's triple threat. Who did you put on the naughty list this year?
Naomi. You know why? Because she was my MVP of Raw last week, to the point where Spaz was like, "Fuck you, I quit, I'm done, I hate you, I never want to talk to you again."
He was gonna quit being an elf.
Do you know how much couples therapy we had to go through in the North Pole for him to be okay again? A lot. And what does Naomi do tonight? So I'm using the VPN to watch Raw.
Santa.
Listen, I'm no longer jolly or that
you
fat.
try to make me Santa.
Suit doesn't fit. Used to.
You told me to put on the red suit. Wait, that made me the new Santa?
Yes, officially. I fucking hated that gig, and it was a curse that I never wanted to deal with. All right.
You were explaining it to me because I was confused why I was just got all big and with a big white beard, and I'm like, what do you mean I'm Santa? You're like not Santa Claus the person, Santa Claus the claws and all that.
I told you to go deliver Paul's weenie whistle, and I haven't seen you since. So listen, Santa, make this wish come true. I want to know why they couldn't have just saved the cash-in. Oh, they even tried to bring it up tonight, and they tried to make a little bit of a tease.
Okay, you want to know why?
But
you want to know why? Because I put
the female cash-in at Evolution. I'm talking about Naomi. You know why?
Perfect. I made that happen. I made the cash-in happen at Evolution. You want to know why? Because Spaz has been a naughty motherfucker for some time now, and he wasn't getting Cole. I think that would be too rewarding for someone of his leisure of naughtiness. I had to make it even worse. I said, you know what you're going to get? You're going to sit there and watch Naomi cash in on Io and Rhea, and she's going to win the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, and you're going to enjoy it.
You're an evil Santa?
Yes, I am.
I fucking love it.
Give me a hell yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so you wanted to ruin Spaz's year. Spaz was so excited.
So I turned heel. So Cody's heel turn did happen.
Oh, heel Santa Claus. I'm digging heel Santa Claus.
And it has turned heel on all you son of a bitches. You want to know why? Because the chat betrayed me, by the way, for that poll saying I have to go yeet in public again. So I'm not going to do anything good. And I'm going to find out everyone who voted yes for me to yeet in public again. And each and every one of you are on the naughty list. And your least favorite wrestlers are going to be winning championships by the end of this year. Merry Christmas.
You know, I cannot believe that we got heel Santa Claus before we got GTA 6. You know, but it's great to have, you know, the metal Santa here. Evil Santa. I'm very impressed, Mr. Evil Santa. Got your metal jingle bells. There we go, Mr. Evil Santa.
Wait, you didn't know this earlier? I told you, did you want to be my evil elf a few weeks ago, and you didn't understand what that meant. But
what an evil gift to make Naomi cash in at Evolution. That is brilliantly evil, because I thought she was my MVP last week, but tonight I'm using the VPN to not watch the commercial break. She comes out on the stage to cut a promo.
Wait. Before we get to that, one more thing.
Yeah.
Remember on Easter, WrestleMania, the main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes?
Yes. Travis Scott.
No one can hear me, right? Because did you tell anyone yet that you were the evil Easter bunny?
No, of course not. Listen, old Saint Dick, that's not going to happen.
That all happen.
Travis Scott said that he was going to out me as the Easter bunny, so I told him he gets one Make-A-Wish. And he wanted to be involved in WrestleMania. And I'm like, the only way I can make that happen is if you go to the chamber, right? And he's like, you mean the chamber in the dome? And I'm like, yes, in Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
Where they put the chamber in the dome, right?
God damn it.
But you said you were going to give that crowd a rotten egg.
This is what happened when Raw is this kind of meaningless, folks. I do bring to you our insanity and null and void of any type of logic.
So maybe you were right. Raw was kind of...
Hey, we're meandering into Senselessville. You know why? Because what do I say here? We had a pointless LA Knight match. Who in their right mind thought that he would ever have a chance to walk away with that title tonight?
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, now I am happy that they made his entrance music back to the original version, because they put out an edited version.
New one that was...
It was just slightly off key, or the tempo was weird. It just didn't sound like the theme anymore, and it was missing something, and I'm glad it's back, but fuck me, I'm stuck to Naomi. Whoa. She came out and she cut what was the most cliche, but yet embarrassing with how badly it was delivered promo. This, I'm looking through my notes here. Hold on. Oh God, I cannot put this over enough. I don't mean to sound hyperbolic. It was fucking horrendous. And then they cut to her a second time, because this was like, hey, for the international audience, she gets to see this.
Hey, I wrote that promo.
It was so bad. I mean, so bad. And then they had the whole thing about, I'll shove the horns up your ass and make you leave Paris with a limp.
So why did you tell me to write that? You mean you were in charge of the show?
I thought you would do something a little bit more creative. I gave you the idea. I wanted you to develop on it.
But you gave me that script line for line, and
yeah, the face wins the night after the pay-per-view, he'll win. That's how it should be. I told you to write these things in. Bob's your uncle, right?
Let me talk.
Well,
no, I can't go any further. I have to find this. I'm sorry. They're going to take the stream down. They're going to do something. I don't give a shit. No, Naomi was good last week. Naomi was good last week. I said she was the MVP. I did. I embarrassed myself. And then during the commercial break, they cut it short. So she was not done talking, or she went over and didn't make her time. So mid-sentence, they cut it and went right back to Raw. Like, this could not have been... Why did you
remind Spaz about you saying that? Look at the group chat now. He's flipping out again. Look what he's saying to you. You see that?
She was trying. Yes.
You can say that.
I can't say that kind of stuff on air. I mean, I know he's mad. Dear God, Spaz. He called me a... How do you even pronounce that?
I don't even know.
Is that like
what you did?
Something goofy because of Canada? Like, is that something to do with a snippet? I don't know. Take your bag milk, buddy, and go calm down a bit. But he's mad.
Wait, did he have to pay Terrace to text you that?
Yeah, I probably. I'm gonna get in trouble. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Naomi and we're gonna speed her up a little bit, just in the hopes the copyright bot doesn't smite me. So. She sounds like a cackling hen intentionally. She's talking about how Brooklyn stinks.
as I've said, I know she has that laugh too, but I'm sorry to interrupt one more time, but
Yeah.
I don't think the laugh works on as well on her as it does for Seth and Liv.
No,
I
she
think
needs to
their
get.
laugh
I
comes out
said
more
originally
natural.
the laugh was cringy, and she needed to get rid of it. So, hold on. I know you
Because people talk about Seth and
You're going to hear yourself for a second, but you need to hear how she's trying to say like, "Oh, Brooklyn smells bad," but it's so. There's cranes hanging over your head.
Y'all be trying to move to my state. Why y'all want to come to Florida? Nah, don't come to Florida. Don't come to Florida, raise
That laugh, and then she just keeps doing the laugh and doing the laugh, and it's like, girl. And then they cut her off at the end here. Let's.
On my list is that Stephanie. That Stephanie Velcro.
Velcro, and then they go to black, and you hear Michael Cole say, "Well, back tonight on Raw," and like they just cut her right off. It was abysmal. And then what she did afterwards with Stephanie Velcro, because that's supposed to be funny now, just was even worse. Naomi, baby girl, you had a chance. You had something going on. I was giving you credit. What the fuck was this?
I've defended Naomi multiple times now. I like Naomi, and I think she's a good wrestler, and I think sometimes she can be an actress. But I think
Horrible.
that laugh is very forceful.
I put it in the chat on YouTube for you guys. Laugh. You can check out the tweet from Wrestle Talk where they go ahead and put this tweet up, and it's got the promo from the commercial break. Just, it soured me on her so much. And I gave her credit with the SummerSlam match. I gave her character credit, but maybe I'm just too high. But the cackling, the laugh, the hyena-ness of it, all of it.
Do you think everybody's laugh is cringy though?
No, she
Seth and Liv's.
Seth's has gotten better. Liv's is not. I don't think Liv's is cringy. I think Liv's worked.
I think it worked for her as well because I think
bitch laugh and it made sense.
Like
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. She was being
I can still hear myself, by the way.
Oh, I forgot to switch it. Thank you. Yes. Look at that. Why I don't pay my producer the big bucks. You know, every time we try and you know, just be professional on the show. I'm telling you, I just...
You are worthless. Forget about you. Forget about everything you stand for. You represent nothing. You are nothing. A failure for all to witness. Do you feel it? Watch as you crumble.
The fuck did you hit? This is like
You
the
were
sixth time this
insulting
has
the
happened
producer
since
again.
that update.
You insulted the producer and you said this is why I don't pay the producer, and then look what happened.
We're gonna just
Told you have to pay him.
nothing happened there. So let's go right beginning of Raw, kicking it
Wait,
off.
who is your producer anyway?
I
You've
found
never
him on
given me their name
I
on this
found
guy.
him on Fiverr. He thought he was legit and supposed to be a
On Grinder?
Fiverr.
Oh.
Fiverr.
Oh, okay.
I know where your head's at.
Whoa.
Both of them.
Both of them. Well, my head is your head because I'm you and you're me. And
Listen,
remember, apparently
faker.
I'm everybody.
the phony, the fraud, the false prophet, the liar, the detestable one, Seth freaking Rollins. He came out. He made his entrance with both Braun, the Shula Fala holders, and the
I like
Oracle.
the Shula Follow. That's funny.
He's got more to add to his collection. He's going to have a wreath of them by the time they finish stealing from Roman. Those are some expensive kicks, too. I immediately am upset because Seth, the night after SummerSlam and his big cash in over the weekend, comes out to his typical song, and the crowd sings along, because of course they do.
Weren't they
But
supposed to get a new theme song?
I thought so. And as soon as his music stops and the people stop chanting with him, they chant CM Punk, which proves the point. They're not behind Seth, but they want to cheer his song because why?
Are
Like
you
we
saying
said
this has
before,
been like this for a while now?
it has been. You know, the fans
when he
just
was a
want to
babyface?
interact. He needs new music for the group. They need a group theme
So his
that they can all
babyface run,
come
you don't
out
think he was
to.
over?
Oh, he was over in the
was
babyface run, and the song was over, but they're keeping the babyface element alive with the people singing along with
Because
this
they cheer him
song.
once his music hits, and then
As soon as it's off, they're chanting CM Punk immediately. It hurts the process. Need some sugar. Granted, they you get your humble and wise Oracle, and he says, you know, I should be introducing the tribal chief, but he's not been champion for a year and a half. And CM Punk, he wasn't even champ long enough to have the side plates put on. That was a good line. We went ahead and continued from Heyman saying that, you know, Punk had the greatest title match with Gunther, but we crashed the wedding and we stole the honeymoon with the title. And now everybody was chanting for Punk again. And that's when Seth comes out saying, shame on all of you and shame on everyone who turned against me. Never doubt me. There's always a plan B. And, he, you know, I only told two people, my wife and my Oracle. And I told them this is the way forward. This is the vision. And that's when we got a nice interruption from...
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, LA Knight coming out, huge
Oh,
ovation.
yeah.
Hasn't
Yeah.
been here in a while. Yeah, he comes out and listen, dummy, he wants to go into you morons. You know, and he said,
so
I
is he officially
congratulate
on Raw
you.
now, or
I think so. I hope so. And he said, you know, why did you have to fake an injury when you had the briefcase? And he's like, why? Oh, you faked it because you were afraid of me taking your dignity. So that was funny. He perceived it as, hey, you faked an injury so you didn't have to finish your match with me. LA Knight says, I pinned you, therefore I have a right to the title. Let's have a match tonight. Pierce comes out, pissed off that Seth's medical team lied to his medical team. Makes WWE medical look foolish too, which is never a good take here. That's an issue that I thought of yesterday or Saturday, but forgot to mention on air. I'm like, doesn't it
that
make...
just makes their medical team
Yeah, it
look
makes
bad,
them
right?
look like...
Because how can't you find out it's a fake?
Yeah,
results and all
like,
that.
didn't you guys check him that day? Didn't the trainers be like, oh, we sent you for scans? And how do you... I
Yeah,
don't
why
know.
does he have his own medical team when WWE has a medical team and they
So
can just check them?
I liked
themselves?
authoritative,
Okay,
pissed
yeah.
off Adam Pearce. I liked this side of him. I liked him coming out and being like, well, buddy, fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you. He did that multiple times tonight. He did it for the women's tag. Did
I
it
know,
here? It worked good for his character.
This
He's
is
sick
a
of the
random question
bullshit.
because you liked how Adam Pearce was. I have to ask you on this with authority figures.
Yes.
Do you like Adam Pearce kind of authority figures where he's more a good guy, or do you like the heel GMs more?
I think it depends on the show, really. Like, I really like Pierce here, and I like Aldis in his role. And Aldis can be a little heelish at times, or a bit more even, you know, I don't want to say
Pearce seems like
deceptive,
full on
but
baby face.
yeah, Pierce definitely comes across as more of like the neutral good. And it's not
You
that...
think Nick Aldis can be heelish?
I think he
sometimes?
can sometimes, or at least have that element to his character. I just see
I think Nick Aldis should be a
Aldis
heel GM.
more... I don't know.
I like heel GMs.
I think it would work well. I really do. I think
Because
he would be the
That
perfect
helps good
bad
guys
boss.
get over because you're gonna fuck the top good guy over as many chances as you can get.
Yeah, and the evil authority
like-
figure always reigns supreme in WWE and wrestling in general. It's a tried and true, you know, tested formula because of how easily it works. People can always get behind that. Everybody wants to overcome their bosses and rise above. So as far as the opening went, I
Nick
mean, we
Aldis
got
will
a
make it.
title match announced, but I would have almost preferred them announce something like, oh, we're going to get CM Punk and LA Knight in a tag match instead of a title match, because then at least it's not an immediate foregone conclusion. You know, LA Knight is not taking the title from Seth Rollins. It would be a hell of a shock. Oh my God. But that's not the way to crown LA Knight as champ for his first title run. He will have the title eventually, but not yet. And
Right.
it was a decent follow-up, but I just wish we got a better explanation as to why Seth had to have the ruse of the century after the heist of the century before. Why
because we
did
talked
he
about
have
that
to?
because
Yeah, what was the
Money
point
in
of
the
him
Bank is
surprising
more of a
everybody?
surprise anyway. is a surprise gimmick anyway. Like, when
Exactly.
they cash in.
So everyone expected him to cash in, and that's exactly what he did. It wasn't like people didn't figure this out. So many people said, "Oh, he's not really hurt; he's cashing in." I even thought that would be the case, but I kept saying like, "Oh, that's so just predictable." It's so obvious, and it doesn't feel like a surprise.
I
that
mean,
when
I
it happened,
liked
it
it.
was
I
like,
guess, like
ugh.
it was nice. It
I
was
didn't.
nice, but like,
I wanted Punk to just leave and be champion, and then go ahead, let him come out and celebrate, steal the title from him on Raw when he's not even in a match. Do something crazy
I
like
think
that. Do something different that
cashing in
no
on-
one expected.
I think it would have been more if you were gonna have him cash in at SummerSlam. I would have kept the injury angle going for a little bit then, because it would have made it look more like a bigger prick if
Here's the
he
thing.
was injured. Just put his foot on his
I'm
chest.
not
and
saying
1, 2,
my
3.
creative is any better, but I envision it in a way where had they not Punk wins Saturday night, he beats Gunther. Gunther's bleeding, needs nasal surgery, all that shit. We leave, end the show, no cash in. Right tonight, we open the show, and we get CM Punk coming out, championship coronation celebration, whatever. He's out there. Fans are cheering. Out comes the Oracle and the Bronze and all that stuff. And, oh, Seth's here because Seth was supposed to come out later in the night to announce to everybody that he's having surgery. So he's going to be gone for an indeterminate amount of time. But he wanted to, make sure everybody knows that I will get that title when I come back healthy, and I will. And then all of a sudden they all beat up Punk, and he pins him right then and there and takes the title on never been done before. Would be, it didn't happen at SummerSlam where everyone expected it to. So now people are really lulled into a sense of security because, if they were going to cash in, they would have done it at SummerSlam. So he really must be hurt. And then they just said they're going to announce that he's going for surgery. So he's here to basically say, I'm not giving up the briefcase, definitely. Instead, it's just, I surprised you to surprise you. Anything really would have been better than I just did it to do it, but this really fell flat for me with that. Especially because other people are putting it over so much. I just don't see the grand nature in him faking the injury. I could see if he was gone for months and there was this whole there was no hidden payoff. Like he either cashes in or he cashes in. Regardless if you faked injured or not, it would have ended the same. Maybe Punk would have beaten Gunther sooner and had more energy? Of course not. So, and Cody, you might be relieved to hear that the poll still, however, not in the favor you're hoping. It is waning down a little bit. It was 79%. Now it's down to 69%, my friend. So, poll's getting a little sexy.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I think it would be fair if they voted for me not to do it again because I felt like I did my deed, but
I mean, you
know what?
did
Like,
do the deed. We just didn't see all the deed, really. I mean, that's the issue here. So we need your cameraman to be possibly punished. We need a better yeet. I agree. My lawyer stated it clearly, and the fans are seemingly set to agree. We need a better yeet.
That's unfortunate.
Right now, that poll's 69%.
Wow.
Staying strong.
That's actually...
It's impressive.
You always text me something about 69 every night before bed. I don't know.
Just want you to
if those
tuck
messages are
in
meant
tight.
for me or...
Oh, it's for you. And Spaz.
Oh.
Yeah. Got to text my
That
ladies.
can come down after a good night of you telling him Naomi's an MVP or something.
See, you would like to hope so, but Mitch, decent Raw. He says, I wish LA would have taken it, but it's too early to kill off the story. I agree entirely. It would have been one hell of a shock, though. Oh, my God. He injures Rollins' knee now and really takes the title, right? Something, but yeah. My question for tonight was, where was the Yeet Man? And we'll get to it. He loves to yeet and redo his yeet. He didn't feel like yeeting tonight.
Yeah, Jey Uso wasn't there. No
and
yeet,
Roman.
sorry.
I'm going to get into that on the main event. We'll talk about it. We'll chat about it. We'll mention it, and we'll see what they're doing with it because I've got some questions. I really do. It was a cool surprise to have Roman show up, but, they should have had him there coming out to save the day, too. seems like we're definitely getting that 6-man tag as we were supposed to have at SummerSlam originally. It looks like it's going to be the Morons, Braun Brawns, and Seth Rollins taking on what looks to be LA Knight, Roman, and Punk. Not a terrible match there for a 6-man tag, but again, Roman in tag matches.
No more bronze, you know.
And I don't know. It's not a yeet night indeed.
Well, Roman Reigns is going to be out for a while now, isn't he? Filming a movie.
I guess he's not. Well, he's not going to be gone long, from what I'm hearing. They said it's this filming for Street Fighter is supposed to be pretty quick, supposedly. At least from everything that we've been seeing reported.
Who was the last one to do a movie? Liv, right? She was in Japan for like what, 3 or 4 weeks.
It wasn't as long as most people anticipated. Exactly.
Yeah, because we thought she was going to be off for a few months.
We thought she was going to be the next Marvel, female, and instead she was in
what they said.
Bad Lieutenant 3.
That's what she said. That's what everyone said. But
isn't the first one with Nicolas Cage? I believe it is. He plays that crazed detective that stops for cocaine like every 7 minutes.
We have to see the movie though. Maybe it is because they said she's gonna do really well and gonna make her a next Hollywood it girl.
Gonna make you a star. You want to be a star, don't you? I used to quote that Family Guy where you got Minnie Mouse stripping. Walt Disney's drawing her. You want to be a star, don't you? Okay. Some of those early ones are just like, how did they get that on TV or in that cartoon form for kids?
Early Disney? I know. I don't understand.
No, the early, Family Guy episodes. Yeah, but even early Disney stuff too. There's a lot of anti-Semitism and craziness stored in the background and racism galore in the early cartoons. It's bad.
Didn't they have to change Splash Mountain at Disney World because the theme of the ride was based off some...
one of the rides, yeah. I think it might have been Splash Mountain. That one of them, yeah, because of the rabbit or whatever. I think you're correct. I think you are indeed.
The one that sings Zippity Doo, that one?
Yes, I believe that's it. My oh my, what a racist day. God, Disney. Sheamus and Rusev, how'd you feel about their third match? The first match they had was a lot of fun. The second match was good, but not as good as the first one. I mean, they definitely beat the hell out of each other. It was a good match, but the first one I thought was really good. I think
after the first one, it's kind of gone down a hill.
Yeah, we are definitely getting a best of 7. So now they're 1-1-1. They had a double count out to this, and that's what the issue for me was. So you had a 10-minute match of kind of just a stalemate. They just went into each other, and then there was a commercial break. When they came back from the commercial break, we were still at the stalemate. They were just like vying for strength, and then we get them to the outside. You get the 10 beats, and then they're counted out. And then Rusev picks up the steel steps and starts to smash them, and then they grab the shillelagh, and they're broke kicking each other, and referees can't keep them separated. That was it.
So this is definitely going to turn into a best of 7. This reminds me of Sheamus and Cesaro, where they did like a best of 7, and it formed into them being a tag team. Which I think this is what's going to happen with Sheamus and Rusev. I think after the best of 7, they say, you know what, we're better together, united, and I think they will be a tag team.
You know, Cody, sometimes you can't beat the classics, and Sheamus teaming up with somebody after fighting them 7 times is a proven classic. Him and Cesaro, like you said. Yeah. The best of 7 is a fun concept. I hope they just add some steps with this and give us a little bit more of a reason to care. The thing that I had an issue with it being a count-out victory, it is the fact that we had a 10-minute match that was very slow, and that was purposely like put the brakes on because you're going to have more matches coming up that are going to be more meaningful. So this was really passable and skippable. Following your scale that I broke the first time with my fat ass, I'm going to probably bell to bell, from bell to DQ, I should say anyways. I'm going to, your count out, my bad there. Not tired at all. I'm going to give this a half star. Definitely. Not a great match. Very slow. Too high for you?
That's too high for me, yeah.
I feel that.
If it was a Tokyo Dome match, though, if this is the same thing happened in the Tokyo Dome, I probably would have given this 100 stars.
Oh, absolutely. Desk Pups all day for that one. If this was
that's probably
even the
too
Cow
low for
Palace would have given us 5 stars.
Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer would probably give this if it was in the Tokyo Dome. I don't know. He would probably get some sort of.
So here's the second thing. So far we've got the setup of LA Knight getting a title match, so you know he's not going to win. Then we get Sheamus and Rusev to a double count out. And then backstage, we get another interaction with New Day and Grayson Waller. And Grayson's trying to talk for the New Day, and he ends up, trying to get them a tag match so they can have a rematch for the titles. And he ends up getting himself in a match with Penta. Again, Grayson's going to lose. So, so far the first 3 things have been skippable, less than needed to watch, and certainly just completely missable. That's the problem here. There was nothing commanding your attention and saying, watch me. I did laugh at the gigantic hat that Woods was wearing to be in his mourning attire as they both mourn the loss of their dear departed tag titles. But all in all, it was basically just leading to the attack afterwards. And, hey, Penta beats Grayson, the New Day attack after, and that was it. Penta throws the hat like a Frisbee and then takes everybody out with a big dive. What was the point of any of this? And that's the thing. Like, so far, we haven't had any real follow-up that feels meaningful from SummerSlam. Seth's champ. So he's going to face LA Knight for the title. All right. Okay. Nothing felt must-see. Nothing. And I really wanted something, anything here to be like, yes. So then they answered my prayers, and they gave us a little bit of good. And I really liked this segment. We got Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, the women's tag team champs. They go to the ring. There is a great "You Deserve It" chant that we mentioned earlier. This is Flair saying her first "You Deserve It" chant, and she thanks Brooklyn. They don't want to use the F word, even though she's a pain in the A word. I like this promo. Alexa Bliss is very kid-friendly, and she's always been with the doll and things of that nature. Little girls look up to her. It's working. Holy hell, did they rehab Charlotte's image?
Charlotte, and you're a pain in my A word.
Yeah, it was good. It didn't feel like, cheesy to the, like, it works. It worked very well within both of them and what they're trying to accomplish here. I'm appreciating what they gave to us. And, I like that the former champs come out and try to get them to put the titles on the line. They agree, and Pierce comes out and says, usually this takes a while to set up, but fuck it, let's do it. Ring the bell. Referee comes out, and we got our tag match already in progress because we have another commercial break. Granted, I saw the match in the break, but you basically came back from commercial. You saw Roxanne hit a big suicide dive, and then you saw Bliss go for the cannonball off the apron, which Roxanne caught, and she basically dumps her into the barricade, and we got another commercial break. So almost 4 minutes, of another commercial. So we went from commercial break while the match is in progress. We come back, we get bare minute of it, and they go back to commercial. They need to plan these things a little bit better with the breaks. It just takes you out of it with the flow entirely. And unfortunately, it took a little bit to get back into it. They did get there eventually. So we saw Flair hitting, the top rope moonsault onto both of them. That looked great.
Commercial after commercial.
Exactly. And then eventually Raquel tags in. She hits Flair with a big corkscrew elbow and gets a near fall that Alexa broke up very last second. That was great. But eventually, Bliss sends both of them to the floor, and that's when she goes back and she hits Sister Abigail, gets the pin, and that's all there was to it. So Alexa wins almost single-handedly at the end, with Flair pretty much just being there with a big boot. But Judgment Day got their rematch. They're done for, so they're not going to be anywhere near those tag titles for a long time now. This was a really fun match. It was not better than SummerSlam, and it didn't need to be. I could have been a little bit better in the sense of like what we got was very good. I would give it like 3.5 stars. I wish maybe we just got a 4-star, 4.25-star match here. Like they could have given us a little bit more, but essentially they worked back to back, for the weekend and whatnot. They were busy on SmackDown and so forth. I give them a ton of credit. For Raw, they made it a lot of fun. For everything else that's felt, bland and passable and, just blah, they made this feel more stand out and like, hey, I don't think Judgment Day will win, but I still want to watch the match. And we had a little meeting of the minds with Io and everybody that doesn't speak English. So you had the Kabuki Warriors there. They're talking to each other when Rhea walks up in the back, and Rhea was kind of upset that Io Sky is getting a match. And Io says, well, I didn't get pinned at SummerSlam, but you did, So now it's going to be Io and Naomi. And Io said, you'll never beat me. And Rhea just kind of smiled. So they're still both faces for now. A little bit of rivalry and, some intended, competitive ship. They're being competitive at the very least. We had Dom taking on Dragon Lee. This was set up earlier very quickly in the back. They're basically having this match just to set up AAA Mania next weekend. Dom's in the Fatal 4-Way for the AAA Mania title, so that'll be a fun match. We'll be covering that live on the channel.
I don't think what people's plans or ideas are true about the Rock's Dom thing, because if you notice, when Rock says bye to Dom doesn't even give her the time of day to even say anything back to her. Or
they kind of said later on when Balor was talking that Liv has been doing rehab and she'll be coming back soon-ish.
When was that?
We'll get to it shortly. I have it later on in my notes. It came up, I think, before the main event.
Okay. So maybe I missed something. I don't know if I was away from the TV. I probably might have been.
It was towards the like after the Becky thing, I'm pretty sure. We'll get there. Anything about this match with Dom and Dragon Lee? It wasn't bad, but it was certainly it was
an
skippable.
alright match. They're two good wrestlers, but like they're not gonna have a bad match. But
the only talking point is the two El Grandes. That's it. We've got 3 of them now, but we got the first El Grande, which is the second, and then we got the third, and then so we don't know who the third is, and we've got Pete Dunne, we've got Ludwig. I'm curious who the third one is. I want to know who Yeah, let's see who people in the chat think it is. It would be funny if it is Ray, right?
Dom's turning face soon, so right.
He's got
what
to.
What if Ray truly shows his true colors to be a deadbeat and turns heel when he returns?
So who did Penta feud with in the very beginning? That's who I'm forgetting. He feuded when Penta first arrived with Ludwig Kaiser. He faced Pete Dunne, and who else did he face? Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate.
Is that the body shape of Tyler Bate?
Yep, that's the third El Grande Americano. At least according to X.
Is there going to be another one?
I don't think there'll be a fourth, but that would be funny.
Or is Chad the...
Well, Chad essentially is the fourth, right?
Yeah.
Or the first, and these are the fourth. Right.
Well,
Chad's...
we can't really prove Chad's
no. We're just thinking it as such.
We apologize to Chad. You're not El Grande. Can you apologize to Chad as well?
I'm sorry, Chad. I know that you're not.
Say it like you mean it.
I'm sorry, Chad. I know you're not El Grande Americano. But you could be because, the boots and the tattoos and the look.
Okay, because it said CG, like no one else has those initials. Chelsea Green. Chavo Guerrero. Right?
All right. I think you're onto something. All right, Mr. El Grande Americano. That isn't Chad Gable. I'll give it to you. I apologize,
Chad. I was him last week. You tried to say it was me.
You were missing at that point in time, and then I see El Grande on TV. And then as soon as El Grande was gone, you came back out of breath.
You said I came back also like dancing like him
Yes.
while out of breath. And okay, that was just a coincidence.
Coincidence. At the
Yeah.
exact right time, he disappears, you reappear out of breath.
Well, you were singing like the
Wearing a
Make a New
singlet.
intro song, and I was just dancing to it. Well, you told me to dress up like that for your show. You said that was
I did.
proper attire for the podcast.
You know what's really funny
And
is
I
that
have
people don't
asthma, so I had
realize
to dress
Cody dresses up in costume every week for the show. He looks like a different wrestler every week, but his camera's not working, so no one
I'm
ever sees
cosplaying
it.
John Cena now.
Yeah, we can't see you.
You can't see me. John.
Why did they forget about Karrion Kross? Why? What the fuck are they doing? He is the top selling merch for a guy that's been barely featured. He finally gets a PLE match. Great. And then he gets another one at SummerSlam and he loses both. And it's like, all right, what are we doing here with him? What story are you telling? What was the point of any of that? Sami Zayn did not need to win there. Sami could lose 1,000 times and be fine. It's Sami fucking Zayn. He will recover, no problem. People love him. This ruined the point that Kross was trying to make. And it devalued him. It made him not only emasculated, but a fucking false prophet. If he's not able to back up his actions with, or his words with actions, what's the point? Why believe anything he says then? He said, I'm going to show you and make you say Kross was right. You didn't do that. You didn't get your job done. You told us this is what I'm going to do. And maybe later, this was all part of the plan and they can try and rewrite history and make it see. Unless they have some like amazing explanation at play, they've just done nothing with the man. The fans are it's Daniel Bryan all over again. The fans want it in the worst way, and corporate's running around and la la la. I don't understand how he's not featured, even when they have him just in the in-between ad spot for international viewers where he talks to the arena. People are going nuts for him. He trends online. His merch is selling over John Cena and Cody Rhodes. There's
just
a
reading the
sign
comment
for
section.
you.
I'm sorry for the interruption. Why is Paul saying, Cody? Yes.
I think he thought you were onto something with El Grande there.
Oh, Grande. Okay, thank you, Paul. Yes, I'm always on to something. I'm always on the case.
I think he was, just noting that you were using that brain for some, proper gas power at this point. As
it works once in a while.
I have the best exhausted freeze frame of myself on the screen right now. I look completely special needs. Gotta go ahead and show that on the. Look at that. That is exhaustion in its finest. I look like I haven't slept in weeks. Holy hell. Thank you for the preview, phone. Yeah, we're still going strong. Shout out to those of you sitting with us on Twitter. Make sure you go ahead and follow us over there at Countdown Ended on Twitter/X. We're over on Twitch at Countdown Ended as well, and here on the YouTube. So make sure you guys, if you're not hitting the like button, please do that. Leave a comment. It helps out great. Puts us higher up in the algorithm.
No on the poll.
Yeah, 69% have still voted that you have to redo the yeet punishment that you did complete. You did complete it.
No, in the poll. So anyone
but they want to see
on
you
Twitter/X, come over to the YouTube. Countdown Ended.
They want to see you run it back.
Vote no.
They want to see you run it back.
Twitter folks, you have YouTube. Go search up Countdown Ended on YouTube. Come here, leave a like, but also in the process, there's a poll in the live chat, and you vote no, and then you can be on with your day.
Sadly, if I even so much as sneeze with the, USO audio, they'll go ahead and take that down quick. But we're featuring one of my original shorts with Milo here. Is he loves him some Jey Uso, loves to eat, He loves it. Day one. Look at him eating his butt off, my little buddy. There's Simba. We don't have Simba here anymore. He just passed away. We had Simba for almost 16 years since he was a baby, since he was born, that poor kitty. But Milo loves to eat. He goes ahead. No, Oh, look at that. We're still at 69% for that poll. So it looks like you might
I don't
be
think
doing
they're
it
getting
over
the memo. So where are we live? We're not just live on YouTube. Where else are we live?
on
Twitter?
Twitter,
Where else?
Rumble,
Rumble?
Twitch.
Okay, anyone watching on Rumble or Twitter,
Soon to be
Twitch,
TikTok as
any of
well. When I
those.
figure that out next,
And when we get on
I'm a
TikTok,
boomer, but I'm getting
they
there.
can't hear us because we're not live there yet. But Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. Whoever's watching on there,
See, now they can't hear you at all, and I just silence. Just for a second. Okay, continue. Sorry.
so at Countdown Ended on YouTube. So you got to vote no in the poll. Leave a like, or
He
if
wants you to
this
vote no. He
says
wants to go ahead and see you just say no. I'm trying to find. I should have been better prepared with your video here where you yeeted, and we'll have to bring that up before the end of the show. We'll make sure we show that to people from last night, night 2 of SummerSlam. Our review into somewhere. We went ahead and had you yeeting. I think I have it queued up, so we might
Why
be at
did
the
people
right
fool
time.
me into the fan base said she was returned because they gave all these clues and I believed them. They were good clues. I can't fault them for that.
Yeah, you
Liv had the troll. Thanks a lot, Liv. You had the troll, and look, it got me into a position where I have to go yeet. All because I support you, right? Thank you.
Yeah. So you know, you had Liv screw you, and not in the way you wanted. And you know who else is screwed?
Whoa,
Fucking
come
Karrion
on now.
Kross. They need to go ahead.
What the fuck?
They need to have Karrion Kross not just sell merch, not just sell in, but sell out. Make him the goddamn replacement to Seth Rollins. Seth should have been injured, and they should have given Karrion Kross a briefcase. God damn it. No, we don't hate drugs. This timeline, everybody believes, you know, he didn't do drugs, but they love him. Just ask him.
Who did drugs?
Person that told you that, you know, Liv was returning. No, we know he's straight edge.
Oh,
But whoever told you Liv was coming back, they're mainlining some opiate because I told you it couldn't be further off.
well, it was the full fan base. Most of them were in the opinionated agreement that she was returning. So,
what
can't fault
did
me, can
you
ya?
think of what is being quite popularly revered and praised? I am very curious what you thought of Nikki Bella coming out and interrupting Becky Lynch.
Do we need to comment on that one?
Yes, it's a review, goddammit. You need to comment on it.
We have to.
Yes.
Come on. I want to
Yes.
make you comment on something like that.
Well, listen, I'm going to say it, all right? Nikki, we all know her might be bigger than mine, but there's no way she's a face. She's not a face. So Becky's in a very popular movie.
Bella's think whether they're just by themselves or whatever. The Bellas are just healed. No matter
Right,
what.
and the fans want to cheer Becky.
How
The
they talk.
roles need to be reversed here. It's really weird because Lynch has the you know the top movie on Netflix with Happy Gilmore 2. Everybody's praising it, loving it, and you know she did a great job. And then Nikki was cut from the movies, and Becky tries to blame, it was my choice. And really, they had it wasn't awkward, but it was like stoic almost. Nikki was like lacking any expression at times. She was very just, oh, well, I'm not buying what you're like. She didn't emote enough to make it seem like she was bothered by anything Becky said. And then when she made the Cena line, she did the exasperated face. That's such low-hanging fruit. We've had The Miz and his wife Maurice do the best goddamn John Cena and Nikki teardown when they did the build to their match at WrestleMania where John proposed. Remember? Everybody
show,
knows she was
that,
with John. We don't need
that
it.
was
We
on
don't
Total
need this.
Divas, right?
Yeah, Total
That
Divas.
they were cosplaying.
Why? Why bring up the John thing? It's such low-hanging fruit. It's such an easy thing. Oh, I remember when you were engaged to John. You were engaged. But we've said it so many times. It's not an insult anymore.
Like,
Come up with something different.
Like when Liv came out with that fire promo. I think she did better with it though, because she even threw shade at her divorces and.
But they've been throwing that line at Nikki her entire career. I mean, AJ Lee started it off by saying talent is not sexually transmitted, knowing that she was with John and the other one, was with Daniel Bryan at that time, two of the top guys.
That's what I'm saying though. People said holy shit to it, but like, it's always a good line, I guess. But I'm just last person Nikki was supposed to feud with Liv. Didn't she use that line too? I thought, or
yeah, and it's just, she gave her the sucker punch at the end. The crowd was quiet on Lynch's side, but they kind of tried to. They supported Becky more than they supported Nikki, and Nikki's supposed to be the face. She is not a face. She's a heel. She talks like a heel. Her mannerisms, her expressions, her attitude, her disposition, all of it is a heel vibe and a heel aura as much as you can. Yes.
It's like Brat kind of like
Valley
Tiffany
Girl,
Stratton.
better than you.
Problem I have with her, like with being baby face. It's like Tiffany Stratton. I have that same issue.
Exactly. Mitch put it great. Nice jab, but who hasn't trashed the Cena and Bella connection relationship? It's overdone.
That's what I was just saying. Like you said, Miz and Maurice did. Liv did it. Becky did it. Who else? I know someone else did it before.
As many a times
Ronda
it's been
Rousey
done.
did it.
Yes,
Ronda Rousey
Charlotte
did it.
Yeah, and the build to their Mania match, and stuff. They had that thrown in there. There's been a ton of stuff.
Everyone's throwing shit at the John Cena and Nikki Bella breakup.
It's done to death, and that was so many years ago too. Like that was what 2017, 18, WrestleMania 33
issue.
Right? 33 or 34.
They're not going to really dig into this one because this was a more serious breakup. So they're going to just use the John Cena one.
So you're supposed to be building this up, and this should be a big deal, but it should be Nikki the heel, and it should be Becky the face.
They used it on her. They used it on her while she was married again, and they were still using the John Cena line on her. Like, I don't understand that, but
it's just like the crowd ate that up, and they were chanting, and oh my god, holy shit! But it just didn't feel like a holy shit moment. It was like a guy that goes to a roast, joke panel that forgot to write jokes, and what's the you fuck Cena? Remember when you used to have sex with John, and it was good, but you have a husband now that's not John?
At Mohegan Sun, that's like those kind of jokes. Like they were insulting the crowd, like that. Those kind of jokes. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like amateur roast comedy. It has that open mic feeling to it.
If someone roasted me like that, like I would be like, okay.
Yeah, it just.
I want to give a shit.
It wasn't good. Like, I from the get go. Not that Becky's a bad heel, but the fans wanted to cheer her as a face. People were crying that she returned. People didn't want to boo her. So her and Lyra splitting, it kind of hurt Lyra a little bit because people wanted to cheer Becky over Lyra, even though Lyra was in the right and she was the face. They chose Becky.
Do you think Becky's overrated on the mic? Because people say she's great on the mic.
I think she's really good. I think she can hold her own. She's quick-witted. She's good at coming up with things on the fly, and she's
I think so too, but like,
well-spoken.
They obviously threw that John Cena one in there. Like it's that joke's so generic at the point where it's like, remember that WWE roast battle at WrestleMania?
Yes, that's why they canceled the SummerSlam roast.
Insult. But people were offended by it, for the
I know people were upset. And oh my god,
I'm like, I got roasted. Okay, like if you roasted me like that, what do you think I would say? I would be like, I would probably get mad at how bad the jokes.
Exactly. We need good jokes. I brought back the roast jokes a while ago that I had for Tommy forever. I was like, if Tommy used to say like, I'm God, and I was like, if you're Jesus, then I need more nails. Like those are bare level roast jokes.
That's funny. See, imagine if you came on here roasting me with the stuff they use for the roast of WrestleMania.
You're such an asshole. I have to use Preparation H. Da-dum-dum. Like come on.
Yeah.
He's so immature. He eats pussy with the crust on. That's a good one, though. I'm still proud of that.
Next week, I might come on here and roast you with the WWE WrestleMania roast.
Oh.
Then I'll definitely get fired.
Then I'm intrigued. I want to hear Cody's best roast on the next Raw review. I want to hear Cody come up with his best roast jokes for me. I think the crowd would like to see that one. So.
And you come up with some for me.
let's go. Let's go ahead and so I don't forget. Remind me in 6 days to tell Cody to write roast jokes for the Raw review. Thank you. Look at that. Reminder set. Excellent.
Okay, then you're going to come up with some for me as well, right?
I mean, you might have to inquire about getting a ghostwriter. We'll see what comes of it. But
you know what's funny though? Like we'll roast each other. We won't get offended. You know what? Like if the IWC got a hold of it, they would probably be more offended at what we said to each other than we would be offended with the other. That's
possibly. So, yes, Triple Mania. It's happening not this Saturday, next Saturday, the 16th, and it's emanating from Mexico City. Then. And I believe it's taking place at 2 Eastern in the afternoon. We've got Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano as Ludwig's Dominic Mysterio. That's going to be the fatal four-way for that match, so that's going to be good.
you're blaming Ludwig for this. I told you it's not him either.
Hey, imagine if Liv returns there at Triple Mania to help Dom win that Triple Mania title. So we got Vikingo defending against Dragon Lee, El Grande, and Dominic Mysterio, the Fatal 4-Way. I would love to see Dom take that title.
You know, people are saying Liv's going to return there. Like this photographer saying, trust me, you don't. I don't think she would return at a AAA event.
I don't think so. I don't think she would return. That would be crazy for her to return to a AAA event. You know? Oh, I did check the audio. I did check the audio, actually. And we had said that you're supposed to get somebody to yeet with you. Listen, hold on. Let me cue this up here. Now you can hear it. You ready?
When was this from?
If you get them to yeet with you. You hear it? We said when we do it, you need to get someone to... No, that was when we made the arrangement. We needed to get somebody to yeet with us.
Can you play the video, like play the full video on screen?
Get them to yeet with you. See, when you film the video, tell them to win a prize because you got to get them to yeet with you. Listen, one word, yeet, and say, now you do it. Try and get them to yeet with you. We did set it up that they had to yeet with us. You're on the radio and you're going to win a prize.
That was tonight. That was from
tonight.
Them to
yeet with you. There it is, cold hard facts, folks. He's supposed to get somebody to yeet with him in the bet. He didn't stick up and be a man of his word. So I think that poll at 69% is still holding strong, but I'm thinking you need to redo it. The yeet poll does not lie. So, sorry, let me make it so you don't hear yourself again, but I had to be vindicated. I do remember there being an aspect of getting someone to yeet with you. So,
you just played tonight's video, cheater.
That is not tonight's video. That I do promise you. It was from when we made the bet. I would not tell a lie.
Why don't you play that video on the...
Because I just queued up where you're yeeting here now. So then I have to go back and do it again. So you're making me do too much with the producer from Fiverr not holding his own. And I'm afraid to ask him to help anything as this show's been having gremlins throughout.
Well, look what you said, because you say, this is why I don't pay him, and look what he did. Got him all mad. And then...
Granted, it's his own fault. I mean, shit does hit the fan, but
yeah, no. You need to apologize.
Here, hold on. We're on it. We're on this part now. You're going to hear yourself again for a minute. Let's go ahead. We'll make Cody happy. Let's pull this bad boy up. Desktop, smart selection. Here we go. This is from last night. Let me get the wave link out of the way here. Move this bad boy up a little bit. And just the amount of public humiliation you got to go through.
I did it, okay?
Just like you, it's a half-ass attempt, but I will celebrate your honor. See, we got to get you yeeting. We don't have you yeeting with anybody, and you're in there and you just yelled the yeet. Well, it was queued up. He fought Adam. Here we go.
Morgan has
That's not good enough for you.
Reincarnated as Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, let's get that yeeting.
You're gonna get me kicked out of this.
You don't gotta be loud, so you just gotta be vocal enough. You could even just go up to the counter
you
and
know
be
what?
like,
like
I
that.
just came back from
Yeah.
WWE. Do you know? Where's the yeetin? Where's the yeetin?
Oh,
Yeet.
and I did that.
No,
You said
then
all you have
go
to
and
do,
yell
you
it,
can just
not
go up to
super
the
loud, just be
counter.
like 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. And say, now you do it. Try and get him to yeet with you. See, you're still not getting him to yeet with you. Tell him you're on the radio and you're going to win a prize
Well,
if
try
you get
to.
them to eat with you. See, they're still not eating with you.
All right.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Jake with WMRQ,
I just came back
Waterbury,
from a
Hartford.
wrestling event. You know Jay Uso? Yeah. Oh, you do? Oh, I got 4 letters,
doing
1
well,
word. Yeet. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that
didn't
was
even
a weak
see
yeet. Okay, I have to
yeet.
admit, but you're
4
welcome.
letters, 1 word, yeet. That's what we get out of you. That's what we
And
get.
like the camera froze and made me look autistic.
Exactly. So I think we absolutely need a redo. The poll is at 65% now, 35% in your favor. So we'll see what happens at the end of the redo. But yeah. Naomi again, fucking it up in the back. She's talking with Saxton and she's cackling like a goddamn hyena. This woman just pissing me off. I embarrassed myself saying she was the MVP of Raw last
for
week.
whatever reason.
She was the MVP last week. You had me convinced she was doing good. She wrestles competently over the weekend at SummerSlam, and then she cuts this shit. The worst roast promo ever against Newark, New Jersey. You said they smell like trash because there's trash around, and it's bad because there's construction. Don't try to move to Florida where I'm from. Great promo, Naomi. Awesome job. And then you couldn't even get your time in. So you had to get cut off by Michael Cole. We got the little interaction with her and Stephanie. She calls her, as I said, Velcro. Let's move on.
Hey, save the laughing again. I'll keep saying it. Save the laughing for Liv Morgan and Seth Rollins.
I agree. She can't. I said initially, besides the laugh, I liked everything. And I was hoping she would tone that down a little bit. But she's doing the I'm crazy, right? I'm zany as much as she can. And it's overhyped to the point of just, it's sloppy. It's bad. And then she'd say, oh, I'm going to stick the horns so far up that you're going to leave Paris with a limp. That's the best you had, huh? Wonderful.
You could have said it like those. See, The Rock delivers it better. Like, I'm gonna stick a toothbrush up so far up your ass, you're gonna something like that, right?
Brush your teeth.
Like
Yeah.
C-Rock.
Well, it's, yeah. Again, that type of generic. Then they had basically, you see Sheamus and Rusev still fighting backstage. I know there was something I said that would appear later in the show I was going to bring up to you that I forgot entirely about now. But
The Finn said something about
yeah, I'm trying to find it in my notes. And I know Finn was saying, maybe it was earlier in the night, but he was basically going on about how, like, oh, well, the girls, Raquel and the ladies lost, but that's okay. It was him and Dom and JD. And he was basically going on about how, Liv is still down and out and the girls lost their belts, but Liv's rehabbing and, basically was like, she'll be back soon enough kind of thing. So let's see if I can.
see, that's why people I think are thinking she's going to return sooner rather than later, because they keep mentioning her. She's going to be back soon. She's going to be back soon.
Let's see here. Let's see what we can find. He said Liv is rehabbing. She's getting stronger every day. She's going to be back soon in about 6 to 8 months. So he says it very jokingly and like,
But do you think it's going to be sooner than 6 to 8 months, though?
A lot of ups and a lot of downs.
Let's find it here.
The girls lost, and Liv is still out hurt. But it's not all bad, because Liv is rehabbing.
See?
And she's getting stronger every day, and she's going to be back soon.
The reason why you didn't see this, it was during the commercial break. So the VPN,
Gotcha.
they were in the arena. I knew I saw it. I knew I wasn't
So,
crazy. So listen, you said she's going to be back soon.
In about 6 to 8 months.
So saying that, do you think she returns sooner than that?
No, I think it's still, well, I think it's going to be 6 to 8 months in total. So, I mean, it was what, June when she got injured? You know, June, July, August, September,
So that's already
October,
2
November,
months.
December, January. So you're looking at
Kinda
like January, February at the longest. That's Rumble time. If you're looking at Survivor Series, that's closer to the 6-month mark. I
So
think
you
she'll
think
be
the
back Survivor
sooner
Series.
that's
I'm
what you
staying with
think?
it.
That's what you're predicting?
I'm still sticking with my original prediction of Survivor Series. That's where I've been at. That's where I'm staying at. And then we had, as we said, the main event, which really wasn't much. Seth wrestling LA Knight. It was a pretty short match. I mean, again, they were marred tonight by a couple of things. They were lacking any major, huge, big name coming out to really hammer home this was the 2-night SummerSlam fallout. We didn't have Cody. We didn't have him celebrating his new title win. We didn't have Cena talking about Lesnar. Yes, I know they're going to be on SmackDown, but this is Raw. It needed, some. So they had Punk and Roman at the very, very end. I would have had Punk cut a promo and be pissed or open the show, something. It needed that. It felt missable, skippable, passable, not must see like it's trying to be. Seth and Knight, they wrestled a good match. They got a holy shit and this is awesome chant about the buckle bomb near fall. But besides that, we all knew that it was going to be a DQ. CM Punk comes out and starts attacking Rollins, and then he gets taken out, and Roman Reigns comes out for the save. And of course, this is after they roll the credits, so you think it's really done, but not this time. That's Triple H's favorite little thing to go to. And just heat, heavy heat, high and heavy. They're raining down supreme with all these bombs. And Adam Pearce comes out and tries to stop it, but you basically saw Corey Graves say the line that made the most sense. They have absolute power and total control. And Michael Cole told everybody to never doubt Rollins again. I wish Punk opened the show in an exciting way. That would have been ideal. It just didn't have that.
Yeah, like I was saying, CM
gravitas
Punk
to
should
it.
have came out hot, calling. I think CM Punk and LA Knight should have opened the show maybe because LA Knight's like, okay, so he's not really hurt. So then they're both out there pissed
And
off.
they argue,
And
I
Seth
know he's
Rollins
mine.
comes out
No,
laughing at both of them mad.
maybe that would have been better. And a lot of the logic they have for the faces doesn't always work out too well, and that's a wrestling trope problem in general.
And
but
they could have given Roman more because
Excuse
it
me.
seems like they give Roman the same thing every week on Raw. Like he just comes out to try to save but gets beat up.
But gets beat up,
The
yeah.
Roman could have
and
had a case for an argument to want to have revenge on Seth Rollins too, because he's never got his one-on-one match with Seth. So the three of them could have been arguing like who gets Seth.
Jimmy and Jay won. They won. You know
Won
what I
what?
mean? Before they won life. Not Jimmy and Jay. Jay and Roman. They won at SummerSlam. They won together, and they beat both Brawns. They wiped the floor with them. They did it. So
yeah,
where was
Roman,
Jay? Where was Jay to
took
come
it
out
for
here and save the day
June.
too? Roman's outnumbered. Jay should have been there to help, or Jimmy. You know what I mean? Anybody at this point. I know he's dealing with the MFTs and helping Solo, but this shit, not helping Solo, fighting Solo. Excuse me, helping Jacob Fatu. Overtired beyond belief is showing, right?
Yeah, Jay should have helped.
Jay should be out here. He didn't need to roll it back. He could have came out and partied and sang after with
Well, it
the.
would have made more sense because why would Roman come out after LA Knight and Punk are getting beat up? He wouldn't give a shit. Jay should have came out because those are his friends. LA Knight and Punk are his friends, and then when Jay's getting beat up, then Roman comes out because obviously he's gonna go defend Jay.
Exactly. So why was he not there when he's been there every week and not injured? So it makes the baby faces
They
look
could have
kind of
done this a lot
foolish.
better.
Yeah, really,
Because
it left a
Roman's
lot to be
purpose is the
desired.
same. Because what does he do besides come out every week just to get beat up? So that's why I think the opening shouldn't have been Seth Rollins. It should have been CM Punk coming out, storming out pissed, and then LA Knight has a case, and Roman comes out, and they could have been the three of them. bitching who
Exactly.
gets Seth Rollins, and then Seth comes out laughing at the three of them because he made all three of them look like fools in a way.
And Jay's in the stands, too busy eating at the concession
And this
line.
is why Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed should have won that tag team match, by the way.
Exactly. No reason for them to lose. No reason for Roman to win. He's not in title contention. He's not in any danger whatsoever. He can lose a lot right
Bronson
now.
Reed and Braun Breaker more than it would have Roman
It
and
makes
Jay,
them
because if
look
they
less
lost,
than. It makes them look
on to the
completely
next.
useless without Seth.
Roman and Jay are already built up enough where if they lose, it's like, all right, on to the next thing. They're always going to be in main event spots.
You nailed it. Exactly. Exactly why you should be paid the big bucks, my friend. But I don't know where Jay was. Like I said, a lot of little logic loopholes that should have been.
With the producer around.
I know. He take us out again, but it's glad to see Milo over here snuggling in with the blanket.
You didn't make the producer mad, did you?
I didn't. When I do, I'm afraid, there's enough bugs in the machine. Granted, I don't know what to give Raw tonight. I'm out of 10. I'm not sure. The main event would get, for stars, probably 2 stars.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, because bell to bell, it wasn't anything to write home about. And what else did we have before that? The IC match, Dom kind of, he kind of botched at the end, and it was okay. He did the boot thing again. It was supposed to be like, funny,
Right.
but
You
whatever.
Dom alone.
That's going to get a 1.5 stars, maybe 2 stars. Yeah, 1.5 stars feels right there.
Dirty Dom, you have to
Charlotte
raise it a little higher.
and Alexa,
Judgment
don't
Day.
skip
Skip that part. We have to say sorry to Dominic now. Say sorry to Dirty
Dom. Dom definitely botched a bit, and no one gives a shit about Dragon Lee. I'm telling you, 1.5 stars stands. Charlotte and Alexa, Raquel and Roxanne. That was a damn good match. Not as good as their SummerSlam match, but still really good. 3.5 stars for me there. And then, of course, we said before the Penta Grayson Waller thing was kind of just a waste.
You gotta give props to Raquel. Raquel's actually
1.5 stars.
Looked a lot better. She really took Kevin Nash's advice, and Raquel's been killing it.
Raquel's been damn good, holding her own and being more of a character, more expressive and more impressive.
There's this Roxanne Perez stan on Twitter that's bitching, saying that Roxanne is being treated like a jobber.
Yeah.
What do you think about that take?
No, Roxanne she's not being treated like a jobber. No, certainly not. I mean, she's
only 23. She's younger than me, for crying out loud, and she's already on weekly television.
Exactly. They're doing tons with her. She excelled in NXT. She was on top of the division forever down there. And then here, since she's come up, she's been pretty much prevalently featured week in and week out on Raw pretty consistently. She's been almost, I think, on Raw every week since she's come up this year when they've gone to Netflix. Yep. I think there's been all but a couple that she hasn't been on for episodes. She's always wrestling. She's featured. She is not a jobber.
Stars on the show.
Yeah, she's won a lot of matches, especially when holding the tag titles.
They're saying because she'll never recover from. I even forgot about the spot, so I think she'll recover in my eyes. Where that street fight with Rhea and Raquel that they threw the trash can on Roxanne. I forgot about that personally.
I
so,
didn't even
I
remember that happened. I forget what I.
Yeah, exactly. So they said that buried her career and all that, and I'm like, Chelsea Green got
thrown in a dumpster and destroyed and beat down 1,000 times.
The United States Championship.
Exactly.
So.
No, she's not a jobber. She's not buried. I hate when people throw the buried term around so easily nowadays. I mean, I think they really forget to go back and see comparatively how not green the grass was. I mean, this was even better from Lyra this week with her cutting, again, a believable promo in the back. She didn't have her Becky stompers, thankfully.
They deleted the tweet. I was going to pull it up for you.
It doesn't surprise me that they deleted it. I figured as much.
Because everyone was like, what are you talking about?
She's not buried. That's all there is to it. I was trying to find it myself. I was scanning through and...
Leader of the Rock's back. You can see under my replies, to people. I said exactly. A lot of top wrestlers have been through similar stuff like that on TV in the past. Like if
See, this is why I like Becky Lynch and why, even more so, she should be a face. Look at her Twitter profile. She just put out a new profile
I saw
picture.
Bird
That's
Lady.
great. Bird lady with a chair wrapped around her throat. You know,
That's fucking amazing.
Look at that express. That's great. She screenshotted that. She knew. She's like, oh, I'm going to use that. That's her new
And I have
profile
to admit,
picture.
I've been wrong. Like I criticized Becky Lynch turning heel. If you remember, I think you remember. I said that was so stupid, but boy was I wrong. She's crushed it as a heel so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Tonight wasn't like.
It wasn't
Nikki,
terrible. It just wasn't
don't like
great.
Nikki Bella as a
Nikki
face.
should be a heel. Yeah, Becky could absolutely
If
be a great
If
face.
they're feuding, the roles are reversed there. Like I feel like, in my opinion, if Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella are feuding, I think Becky Lynch is more babyface in that kind of feud than Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella never came across as a face. As I said again, it's the same issues I have with Tiffany Stratton. It's like that rat persona, better than you kind of thing.
Yeah, I was checking out a thread on Twitter earlier that I wanted to bring up to you that I thought was funny because it was all about the female tryouts from the SummerSlam open tryouts they had for WWE over the weekend. And they talk about one lady, Vert Vixen. She's been on the independent scene. They call her the baddest nerd in wrestling. She's appeared in Joshi Pro, AEW, Ring of Honor, and WoW. Rain, is an MVP of the SummerSlam tryout. She's a former champion in Pro Wrestling Eve. She's got like this goth attire. So everybody's got all these personalities and stuff. Let me go ahead and show you the audience here what I'm talking about. But we go ahead and in this post, and it just makes me chuckle. So as we go through here, you can see they got little bios about each lady and what's going on. So there's Vert Vixen, as I said, and she's done and accomplished. There's Rain Leverkusen. Here's Zoe Sager, WWID prospect. She's a Canadian professional wrestler who's trained by Lance Storm. And then you get down, and Anita Vaughn is an Irish pro wrestler in London. Holy hell. You get Ariana Milan. She's a track and field athlete at the University of Maryland. Hell yeah. And then you get to Sydney Langston, and you're like, all right, Instagram model, former hockey player. So she's an athlete. Then you get Miss Booty Cheeks over here. Mai McKenna. The only thing she is a Californian swimmer. I can't figure out why they brought her on. I mean, I'm left to wonder. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I mean, the only thing that she is a swimmer. So she's not an athlete. She's not. I mean, when you look at the rest of them, played softball at Boston College, national trainee, Utah State gymnast, every single one of them, UCLA graduate, purple belt in jiu-jitsu, NIL athlete, University of Nebraska sprinter. Need I say more? The only one that's a swimmer is Mai McKenna, and I think she's going to be our girl to watch. That's right. The end of somewhere, girl to watch. Mai McKenna will be watching you, girl. So let's see what she delivers as far as tryouts go. I just thought it was amusing that all the tryouts that they have. I couldn't put my finger on why she made it through. Certainly one of the least qualified. Not saying on paper, anyways. She might be better, in person. Maybe she captivated and captured their attention. I don't know. Anything's possible. I'm gonna give Raw 5. The women's tag title match was excellent. I would say go back and watch that if you didn't see the SummerSlam match. If you did, then you basically saw it in a shorter and quicker format. Still a good match, so worth checking out on Raw. But basically, I would say this week just needs to be seen in a nice little quick YouTube highlight. Tomorrow morning when Raw puts out that 10-minute here's everything that happened video, that's all you need to see. I'm officially giving this one a 5 out of 10. Where were you at, sir, with your rating? I apologize. I know you mentioned it, but
I'm going to give this, again, you know what? I'm shocked like we were talking in the group chat earlier, and I was kind of defending Raw. Now reviewing it, I'm like, you know what? It kind of was a dud show.
I
And
converted
you're
you. I
right.
brought you
I
to
was
the
probably
dark side. Yeah, you were high on being there in person, and you got to experience
I think
all
it
of
was
that. You didn't watch it unfold. You lived it. So you really loved SummerSlam, as where some of us were like, SummerSlam was good, but that in-person bias is always strong. That's why I was curious to hear your opinion so much, because of how that you know, basically context matters always, and the fact that you would go ahead and you know, that recency bias of being there certainly plays into how you feel about Raw. No doubt about it. You
right.
were higher on Raw until we gave it a little bit of time and broke it down. Hell yeah, makes sense.
So Raw, I'm actually gonna go a little lower than you, not much. I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 10.
Wow. So even with the recency bias, you're going 4.5 out of 10. That's crazy. Crazy from you, who was so much higher on it before. Damn. Yeah, Perez is a new
You know
shirt
what? Because
person.
I think my recency bias has
Short and neat.
dwindled now. I think SummerSlam I'm still gonna give high ratings to because I was there. But Raw, just after reviewing it again, I think you might be right.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple weeks to Clash in Paris. They're going to build nice in that. You know whose time it is? It's CM Punk's time. And I'm guessing we're going to get that 6-man tag. LA Knight, Punk, Roman taking on Seth, and the Bronze, the morons. Braun moron. But
Morons. Yep.
the New Day, I love the big hat that Xavier was wearing. That was funny. Hopefully we get to see, you know, a bit more from Karrion Kross, please, next week. But yeah, all in all, just not a great night, not a great follow-up for SummerSlam. I'm hoping that NXT delivers tomorrow, and then, as we said, we'll be live this Wednesday for Into Somewhere Weekly. We're going to be talking about Clash in Paris. We'll be covering the latest going on with AEW and their plans with All Out in Toronto. Spaz will be there in person in Toronto. That's right. And you and I will be live, as we mentioned, for AAA Mania next Saturday the 16th, and we'll also be live for Clash in Paris review. And we've got TNA coming up as well, so we'll be covering that. But we'll be live this Wednesday, as we said, Into Somewhere Weekly. Cody, please tell these lovely people where they can find you, my good friend.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube at Judgment Day Era, and I know I still haven't posted live streams for video game content yet, but we're still working on that. I've been busy lately, and we'll get to that soon. And you can find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316.
Yeah, buddy, that's right. Knocking out the 316.
Give me a hell yeah!
As always, I thank you all for tuning in, for hitting the like button, for subscribing, for hitting that bell, and for following. For those of you on YouTube, on Twitter, or X, on Rumble, and on Twitch, I thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us tonight. Again, Raw was kind of skippable, but we're in a SummerSlam days and a little bit of a malaise. We'll see what happens going forward. Hopefully they make it more exciting. Chat, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all stay sexy. Have a great night. We'll see you Wednesday for Into Somewhere Weekly. Take care, everybody.